the Gladiators. They're trying to find Striker. They've got him.
Yeah, but they're forced to use the Transcendence and move on in, and Bishu doesn't even have a mech. They're just trying to use it to keep him alive.
Striker?
Striker is still alive here in the back. He picked up 3.
That's unbelievable! Big Goose is sitting in the back, and Shaz is just putting out a lot of damage right now. Forced out into recon mode for the time being. But again, he can set up in a moment, and he does. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage now. No, trying to face down the beast that is Shaz. Not much he can do about that. Shaz able to repair himself as, you know, the poke damage comes in.
A lot of healing provided by that Mercy ultimate, and you have a Riptire, so you have some ultimates you can use here. The VA self-destruct sent in.
There it is!
That's going to be 3 there for Bishu.
Unbelievable!
Shaz, this will be the tank mode.
That's it. Button hatches, ladies and gentlemen. Shaz now going for the long-range fusillade. Again, a lot of shields to break through. Mistakes has found a couple of picks on the periphery here, but it's not enough to stop the Gladiators. They're on a mission today, man. To bring players back into the fray. He's been dying first in a lot of these fights as well. It's a tough life. School of hard knocks for Mercy's out here on JUNKERTOWN. Big Goose feeling the same.
It's a huge pick there from Neko.
It's ultimate. They really want that in this fight. That's why Big Goose has brought him back. But in the meantime, Striker's found Shore-4. Hydration now for the whole hog. It's time to get the Transcendence in over this fight. Striker's still doing a lot of work, getting rid of that Diva mech. But Hydration's found Gamsu. He was hiding in the corner. Not much he could do.
Yeah, but they haven't killed Striker, though. He's still on the payload. He's going to land a pulse bomb there onto Fisher and take out Shaz. As you know, you think you have Boston dead. If you do not deal with Striker, you are never going to beat this team. As they just let him linger on the payload for a little bit too long.
That one there, tough to res. Big Goose has to go inside the building. It's a risky spot. Echo cuts Shaz down. Shore-4 finally getting a kill for the Gladiators here on this defense, but they're being overrun. Big Goose now can't do anything. He is just blown to smithereens by Striker. The standard combination of grenade, Tempest, and finding the kill and capitalizing on the chunk that have been bitten out of Big Goose. But now the Boston Uprising keep moving forward. This is what a Roadhog will do for you. He hits the hook. Not today. Neko taking a battering from the high ground, and that's because Hydration is set up there on that Junkrat, punishing, you know, a composition on the attack that makes a bunch up. That's 2 for Note. Hydration and Shaz are down, and also Fish is trying to drop the supercharger for extra damage. Note gets another one. Gamsu's supercharger is removed by Hydration, but that's a Riptire into Shore-4. That's got to be a resurrect now by Big Goose, so they're in deep trouble, and it is. Shore-4 now is returned to the battle. A stay of execution, a second lease on this one, and Hydration's Riptire thinning out the herd.
The team only has Transcendence.
Crucial D-suit there, Shore-4 peeking around the corner, and Note couldn't do anything. He got ejected out of his mech into the explosion itself, and there's Shaz.
You could use Valkyrie here, Valkyrie entire, and not feel that bad because you would switch off of this Junkrat, you would go Tracer, and then you have another fight where you have Transcendence and they have nothing. 2 big kills there.
You can't stop the Riptide with a Transcendence. Echo got his first Transcendence for the round now after switching to Roadhog, and it's timely indeed. Shaz is down, Neko pops out a Transcendence and decides to get a little bit angrier there. Gamsu drops in, Shore-4 removed. Fisher trying to escape, no, but he was going to pursue him doggedly to his demise. DC on Bishu, and he's done. The Riptide now just an insurance policy. And Boston go up 1 map early.
Not a stall here, though, from Boston. You had Valkyrie and you have Transcendence. They get Fisher really low. He's forced to use Primal.
Oh, Striker!
Even if you lose this fight, though, you've accrued a decent amount of percentage.
That's the thing, right? Losing that first fight, or giving away the point first in some cases.
A little bit more percentage here than Boston this fight, though.
Oh, Bishu. Oh, he's getting out of dodge. I don't think he's going to escape. No, the D-suit there, and he will just be welcomed into the warm embrace of Gamsu. That pulse bomb is going to be very important. Fisher might have his name on it right now, but Fisher didn't get away. Mistakes hit him in the head. Fisher didn't turn away. He didn't do a butt dive, and so he copped a full damage headshot from Mistakes, and that's a huge pulse bomb. Now, but Fisher didn't get away. Mistakes hit him in the head. Fisher didn't turn away. He didn't do a butt dive, and so he copped a full damage headshot from Mistakes, and that's a huge pulse bomb. Striker can't ask for any more than that. Getting the Mercy and the Widow in one go. The round was already done by that point. Pocketing Mistakes right now, so he's definitely, you know, being catered to by his team. But look at that. Fish is trying to get in the back line here. Kalex is down, and no, Mistakes is going to try to keep the point alive. But no, he lingers a little bit too long. The damage was too much. Perhaps he overestimated, or under, actually. He's removed, and Mistakes gets the dead-eye kill on Fisher. And that'll be a very quiet Gladiators slinking back to their lair.
And the only reason that Boston can play like that, Mitch, is because you can allow a striker to move on to the point.
Gamsu can't really hold up in the heat. Fisher getting up in his face, and those autocannons really hurt at close range. But Shore-4's removed Kalex now, that McCree.
It's a nice use of the self-destruct there to just clear space.
Talk about it all the time, don't we? That's some space cleared. The space that Gamsu used to occupy is definitely empty for the time being. He's back to spawn now, but Asher's looking worse to wear on the point. Needs benefits from some healing from Big Goose, but there it is, the pulse bomb! Asher falls foul of that one. It's always a bit shameful, you know, as a Tracer dying to an enemy Tracer's pulse bomb. That's how you get to your opponent's head. And Boston Uprising have got the download on the Gladiators thus far. It's a quick 2 maps. Smug City for Boston. Allow them to get that kill. So Mistakes now knows he'll be dealing with a Genji and a Tracer. So if he does get left upon, he'll need to be very, very quick getting across to safety. On the high ground, still controlled by the Boston Uprising. Bishu's taking a bunch of damage, and they've managed to pick Necro off. That's the start they're looking for, but losing Big Goose definitely doesn't help them at all. No resurrect potential now for the Gladiators, and Striker's just staying alive. Look at Mistakes, the tandem, the 1-2 punch, playing Bishu low, but early Bishu. You better believe it. Drawn for a double pulse bomb though. There's an opening. The Gladiators, they're trying to find Striker. They've got him.
Yeah, but they're forced to use the Transcendence and move on in, and Bishu doesn't even have a mech. They're just trying to use it to keep him alive.
Striker?
And Striker is still alive here in the back. He picked up 3.
Now, Striker's dead to this Riptide.
Oh, he's
the only
Big
thing
Goose.
that will last him. Couple seconds left. He didn't really get much with that one. That could be dangerous now. That Riptide had to be impactful in this fight. Mistakes jumped upon here by a primal range Fisher. He is quite low on health. Getting that healing back now on the Transcendence on the point. The Boston Uprising now have to stand and deliver. They take the fight here and now. Shaz is down. Jamsu found him. What a big pick. Big Goose is right behind him. Hydration now pulling the Dragon Blade. This should be the savior. It's him or nothing right now. And no, it's not going to be enough. He will be cut down. Bishi removed. Now Shaw 4. He's not for this world. And Fisher, it's just Fisher. And there's nothing else left for the Gladiators. They will be full held here on the first point. And the Uprising look imperious.
Not even a tick.
Either LA team. Can't deny just how incredible this team is developed. Now, not going great to start with though for the Boston Uprising in all fairness. They've not really done much. Blinks away, definitely avoids certain death from the explosion of the Riptire. Mistakes was trapped for a short time, and now the Dragon Blade just to try and cut through some of his extra damage. Fisher, well, he had his supercharger removed now. They're back to normal in terms of the damage output. Mistakes is cutting them up there. Sushi Chef extraordinaire. Gamsu's primal rage at 3. And that'll be it. There's not much that the Gladiators can really do about this one. The Boston Uprising stand tall. And they're not done yet. Series is over, and the Uprising will be in our Stage 3 finals.